Good morning, everybody. Buddy Wayne, Midland, Texas. I got tagged on Facebook this morning. I thought it was interesting. I'm going to share it with you. Chuck Estrada, he was writing to Jeremiah Lozano and said, check out Buddy Wayne Webb and prepare to run yourself down a rabbit hole. This town is corrupt beyond belief. Chris Reed, he comments in and says, Chuck, Buddy Webb has some interesting videos and theories, laughing out loud. Who knows if it's true? Okay. Well, and then Susan says, yeah, why would he be writing if it wasn't true? Well, I defended myself with facts and evidence, because it doesn't matter what I say. What matters is what the evidence shows. And so I wrote Chris and I said, it's not hard to figure out what's true. My theories are based on lots of evidence, such as several proofs of the home invasion and premeditated capital murder attempt on my life. There's also proof of tunnels and secret bunkers with many details. They were said to have been put in for the Bushes in 1987 with a budget on permit for $7.35 million and used for also parties in the game room. There are multiple proofs of faked x-rays. There's proof of 5 police under my home on the night they were shot by somebody under my home with the phone lines cut. They are MPD Officers Davis, Dickie, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale. Just ask them. I want to see if they will lie about this premeditated capital murder attempt. They did falsify the police reports. There are also proofs for multiple suspected murders, as well as over 10 people documented as saying that Hailey Dunn was killed in Odessa. I have recorded a sheriff candidate, Joe Lozano, telling me that the underground homes were the hideout for the late sheriff, Gary Painter. I have a screenshot of local Freemason, Aaron Backover, telling me there were 4 murder deaths in my home before they cut my phone lines and shot me. I believe I know who they are. I have a screenshot where I was told that the oil show parties were held in the underground homes and a recording where a lady tells me that pizza parties were going on down there. And then there are the people in the attic, which is called burglary of habitation in Texas. I first reported people in my attic in January 2011. A year later, I was shot with the phone lines cut and burglar alarms going off in my attic. I was called crazy by the police for reporting these crimes like a good citizen does, but then I started hearing calls on the police scanner for other homeowners reporting people in the attic, and it was a lot of them. Okay. The police were calling all of those many crime victims crazy too. It's the modus operandi for this organized crime and racketeering. I've now documented over 60 other homeowners reporting people in the attic from California to Alabama, with more than a dozen in Midland and another dozen in Odessa. Many of these were recorded from the police scanner, so they can't be denied. Interestingly, the police encrypted the police scanner after they found out they were being caught in this organized crime that is being hidden from the public by the police and the press. And then I posted a link to this video. First, I posted it on Facebook, and it had no sound, mysteriously. So I changed the link to be the one over here on YouTube. I'll just play it on YouTube. January 2011, reported somebody in my attic. My Hobbs home years later, I was ambushed shot with burglar alarms going off the attic. I was called crazy to cover up these crimes. Now I found homeowners all over there reported people in the attic. This is happening.
That woman is facing charges after police say she burned down her home to get rid of someone who she claimed was in the attic.
That was Carlsbad, New Mexico.
The complainant's saying she can hear someone up in the attic. She smells cigarette smoke. She took her family. They're going to be waiting out front.
31-6 Geneva. Caller stating that he heard someone in the attic.
610 Jeter. Complainant's going to be a 7-year-old male. Stating he can hear yelling and fighting. His mother's in the attic. He can hear her being assaulted.
I think she's dead now. Now, it said 1096, so the dispatcher called the victim crazy. They didn't even investigate because they knew they were covering it up. They knew it was organized crime. Now, I think that victim's dead, too.
There's people inside of her residence in the attic. Address on Springdale. He reported that he heard voices in the attic.
So, I mean, and anyway, Chris says, I'm tracking that are in fact tunnels under Midland. I'm not from here, so I don't try not to make assumptions, but you can look at the evidence, though, and there's plenty of it, right? Like police scanner calls, that the police had now tried to hide from you from listening in. Here are some facts that you can track. After I was shot by somebody under my home with the phone lines cut and reporting burglar alarms going to the attic, I recorded a lady telling me there were 4 3-bedroom underground homes that were at least 25 foot deep and cost over $1 million each. She was the one that told me that pizza parties were going on down there. Okay, it's a recording. You can listen to it. Layla O'Brien, a CAD programmer working for PBK Engineering, told me she worked on the secret underground safe house project, which had a budget and a permit for $7.35 million and was completed in 1987 for the Bushes. Julia Weidman tried to get a copy of the permits from the city, but was told by James Rawls that all underground permits had been accidentally deleted in 2014, which is convenient since I'd been shot by somebody under my home in 2012. A map was found on Google Maps showing a large building in my backyard that could be seen on the map screen but not on the satellite screen. Obviously, this is one of the underground homes that Layla spoke about. After I notified the city about it, it was deleted from Google Maps. And Ricky Ronaldo told me that him and his brother used to go in tunnels under my home when they lived here. I got a print screen of that. We could talk to Ricky. Law enforcement could. I showed Homeland Security agent Paul Cervantes where the underground home in my backyard is located. He was here, and where it's believed a connected tunnel is going from the Home Depot store to my home. 2 weeks later, the ground was dug up, concrete was poured. I got this on video too. Jordan Sosa told me that him and his friends found a hidden tunnel entrance in a home on Bedford Street that went several miles towards my home. He said that they found beds, chairs, tables, and belongings in this underground tunnel, and many more. As I said, it's not hard to figure out. And I put this print screen of Jordan Sosa and what he told me here, about the home on Bedford Street. Walked through a tunnel for about 2 or 3 miles going west, and there was a direct route going toward Target and Home Depot. That's my house. He said, we found rooms, beds, chairs, tables, dressers, and belongings. Jordan Sosa. Okay, let me show you some more. Okay, Chris Reed was the guy that was talking about Buddy's theories, right? Laughing out loud. So remember that? And but I print screened him a few years ago, and he posted on Old Midland. Does anyone have any insight on this? When I first moved to Midland, working for multi-billion-dollar oil company, I remember hearing talk of huge secret parties. Well, and I've got somebody else documented saying the parties were going on in the underground homes. One of the underground homes is in my backyard. The last homeowner happened to die the week before the oil show parties were going to start in the underground home in my backyard. And so there's more stuff that Chris can think about. This is from the police report from the night that I was shot with my phone lines cut in January 2012. This police report was subpoenaed but illegally held by the Midland police. It was withheld from me for 7 years because it helped prove that those 5 police officers, Davis, Dickie, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale, were under my home. It time-stamped them. And here, I'll show you one of them here at 11:05. Text 9599 Tony Dickie, Lieutenant Tony Dickie says no one in the house, inside, and lots of odd things like booby traps. Well, first of all, you look at the evidence log, there is no booby traps. So we know that he lied right off the bat. He's a liar. And the other thing is that was Dickie inside my house. He wasn't seen arriving on security cameras that saw Woodward and Naylor at 11:01, 4 minutes earlier. But he's in my house without being seen. How'd he get in the house? He got in the house from the trap door that the ex-wife had already told me about, now taking out trap door. And from where, all of these, Davis, Dickie, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale, that's how they got in my house without being seen on the cameras. That's why they hid the police report. Found on Google Maps, on the map screen was a large building in my backyard. This is my home. I'm shot right here. Large building in my backyard. On the map screen, you switch the satellite screen, it wasn't there. I used to post on Facebook, tell people, go look at this. And then I notified the city that multiple people documented saying underground homes are here, and supporting evidence found on Google Maps, and it was deleted a week later. And I believe somebody at the city did it to cover up the Capitol murders here. Okay, here I got a print screen from Lisa. It's down here. She's telling me about the game room, the underground game room where all the high officials go to. And she said the word around Midland is there's an underground game room where all the high officials go. In 2012, I suggested to FBI agent Dominic that underground homes was an illegal casino, and he said real slow, maybe. That told me I was right. And Layla Gail O'Brien told me it was a $7.35 million project she worked on permit. And the permits were deleted.